Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ashley and today I'm going to be updating you guys on the status of our renovation house. This video is going to somewhat wrap up the interior renovations temporarily. We are going to revisit the interior, but next week we're going to go to the exterior, so I kind of want to give you guys somewhat of a status report. We have made progress with the windows, the bathrooms, and the doors. So those are the major things that I'm going to be talking about today, and I might sprinkle in a couple of other things. All the products that were mentioned in today's video will be linked down below. I'll also link down some things that are similar or relevant to the rooms that I was talking about in today's video. So check the description box if you're interested in purchasing any of these products. So to take you back with the windows, they weren't in a great condition. The actual windows were in fine condition, but the frames and the trim, that was all like a dark wood color. It had lots of holes in it. I just wanted to bring that to a more modern feel, and so we ended up painting them white. I started off with applying coats of the Kills Restoration Primer. As you'll see in this photo, I did not do much taping off of the glass. One thing about painting windows is if you get paint on your glass, you can just use a flat straight edge razor and scrape it off without damaging the window. I did use a tape around the edges because I had already painted the walls the repost gray color in all of the rooms, and I didn't really want to go back and do it again. So after that, I actually did 2 coats of the Sherwin-Williams trim paint in a semi-gloss finish, and I just used it in their extra white base formula. I didn't get it tinted at all. I just used the white out of the can. I wanted the windows to be super bright, super crisp, so just using the untinted white was perfect for this. I was so eager to get these windows and this house from feeling like a construction zone to really a livable space. So that's what made me, like, it lit the fire, and I really knew that I wanted to get some blinds. So I wanted the look of the 2 to 2.5 inch blinds. I think that they elevate the window treatment. I think they just look nicer than the small plastic blinds. So I went to Lowe's and purchased the Levelor faux wood blinds. I learned a few things about blinds throughout this process. So I end up purchasing and taking back incorrect blind sizes twice for every window in this house. And I was getting so frustrated, but finally I realized that I was buying the blinds too big because that's what they sold, but really Lowe's customizes blinds in store, and not like where they're building the blinds from scratch. You purchase the blinds and then you take them to their machine and they actually cut them. They cut the edges off of both sides equally, and it makes a custom blind for your window. And I had no idea. It blew my mind that I was spending all this time and energy buying the wrong blinds, and I could have just gotten custom ones from the very beginning. It doesn't cost anything extra to get them to cut the blinds. It was a very quick and seamless process, and I'm really appreciative to the associates in Lowe's who really helped me out with that part. So I actually installed these blinds myself, and I was so proud of myself because I know people who have spent like thousands of dollars getting blinds installed in their house, and I really just didn't have that set aside in our budget for this project to spend money on paying someone to install them. So all I did was watch some YouTube videos, and I was able to install all the blinds in the house myself. And as you can see in these clips here, that really elevated this space. It really took it from, like I said, the construction site to really like this looked like someone's home. And I was so blown away by what the space was looking like at this point, with the floors installed, with the walls painted, with the blinds up, the trim crispy white, the ceiling crispy white, new ceiling fans, new light fixtures. It was looking incredible. So these blinds just really put the cherry on the sundae. On most of the windows, I got the 64-inch blinds, which is the vertical way. But in the bathroom, in the master bathroom, and in the kitchen, those windows are very short. So I actually purchased 48-inch blinds, and that was like a major key because you don't want like a big bulky stack of blinds sitting at the bottom of your window. So just make sure you're purchasing the accurate length, height of your blinds so that you don't have that. That doesn't look good. So next, let's talk about these bathrooms. I know from all of my years in real estate, being a professional real estate agent, and then just working around the real estate field with my dad, that bathrooms sell houses. And so that has not been lost on me in this process. So I really wanted our bathrooms to pop. I really wanted the bathrooms to be a nice clean space, a nice inviting space. So it was no difference really when it came to shopping for vanities. I was looking for crisp, clean, simple. I went to IKEA, I went to Lowe's, Home Depot, Home Emporium, Facebook Marketplace. I was searching everywhere for these vanities. So even though I knew that it was gonna make a huge impact in this space and it was a key element, I also am always about finding high quality materials for a discounted price. I want the luxe look for less. So I wanted to use my resources wisely and shop around as much as possible. So like I've said in previous videos, when I talked about my $500 refrigerator, I always scan the clearance sections for returns and things like that at places like Home Depot and Lowe's. So Lowe's has a store brand called Project Source, and that's actually the brand that I used and purchased for the guest bathroom. I wanted it to just be something simple, something that would create that clean vibe that I'm going for in the bathrooms. So I just picked the white cabinet with the white countertop, and then I also purchased a chrome faucet. And as you can see in these pictures, we kept the black accents going with the black hardware, the black doorknobs, and the black framed circular mirror. I like the circle mirrors in the bathrooms because it helps introduce a new shape without distracting from the overall clean vibes of the bathroom. So for the vanity in the owner suite, we looked up again. So I don't know why, but $500 seems to be the trend of this video and this renovation, but we went to Lowe's and they had a vanity on clearance. And I did some research real quick to see what the full price of the vanity was, and I saw that it was $1,400. I saw the tag on the vanity that was sitting there was $537, I believe. So we went back to that Lowe's, purchased the vanity, and when we got it home, it was very difficult to get into the actual bathroom. It took some engineering to get it in there. But once we got it in the bathroom, it looked beautiful, and I knew that we made the right decision. And we saved money doing it. In this photo, I had actually installed a circular black frame round mirror above this vanity as well, and I liked it, but I realized it was too small. So I actually went and found another one that was a little bit bigger that suited the space better. I didn't talk about the toilets in the last video, and I also don't have any footage of it. We did just purchase these American Standard toilets. They're in a chair height, which is slightly higher than a standard toilet. It's nice for people who are taller or people who have mobility issues. So to me, it's an upgrade, and I thought it was something small that would actually elevate this space and make it more desirable for buyers. All right, so now let's talk about doors. So the first set of doors that I want to talk about is the interior French doors. You guys have seen these. I'm sure I've showed them previously, but I never really talked about them. I knew I wanted to paint them white. I knew that they would be a nice focal point to offset all of the black on the fireplace right next to it. I accented the white doors with the black knobs as well. These are just dummy doorknobs, which means they don't turn at all. They just pull out. And here you can see that I continued on the trend of the black door hinges as well. These doors were super heavy, so if you have solid doors in your house, it might be a two-person job to hang them up. Next, let's talk about this front door. So the door that was originally here was a green door. It had a glass window on it with some sort of like floral motif that was like etched into the glass. It was unsightly just because it wasn't well maintained, but also I personally want to be able to come to my front door and nobody know that I'm at my front door. 1, for privacy, 2, for security, and 3, because people just knock on our door all the time and I don't want to talk to anyone. but I want to know who's at the door. So there are door options where it's over your head. It's like 3 window panes at the top in like an arched section, or sometimes they're straight across. So we could have got those type of doors, but we just opted for a plain, fresh new door. We continued on the black hardware outside as well. I wanted to show you guys the issues we had with the weather stripping. So when we hung up the new door, we realized that you could see daylight all around the door, and that's just not gonna work for me because that's letting air out and it's also letting bugs in, and those are both no-nos for me. With the black weather stripping that you see coming out of the door, when we left this house the night before, it did not look like that, but it swelled overnight because this weather stripping that we used this time was somewhat of like a foam. We ended up pulling this all down and reinstalling some rubber weather stripping, and that was much better. So you won't be able to see black foam coming out of our door. So this is what the front of our house looked like after we installed the door. I don't want to give away too much about what's going on outside, but our next video is going to be all about how we transformed the front of this house. And when I tell you it was a big difference, this house is unrecognizable. So many of the neighbors have come up to us while we've been working, and they're saying, oh my gosh, you guys changed the outside of this house. It looks so good. It looks great. It's so much of an impact that I'm excited for you guys to even see it. But here's just a little sample of where we started and where we are right now. So today's question is, which room in your house is the most important when you are looking for your dream home? Is it nice bathrooms? Is it a huge closet? Is it a kitchen with an island? What room really draws you to a house? Which one is your make or break must-have? Let me know in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for the support. I appreciate every comment, every like, every share, everything. I really, really appreciate the support. This has been something super therapeutic for me. If you've watched all of my videos, you might know why, but this process has been a lot. I really poured a lot of myself into this house, but really this house kind of poured into me because I really needed something to keep me sane while I went through one of the biggest challenges I've ever been through in my life. So I just really appreciate all of you guys for tuning in, for watching, for engaging. I really, really appreciate it. So I will see you guys next week, and thank you for watching.